Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have Showmatch action coming at you right now. It is going to be on Belcher Beach. CVG's Birdkickr taking on Vinny. It is going to be Birdkickr off racing now as Protoss. He is orange. He is up here in the top left-hand corner. And Vinny going to be playing his main race. However, it is 3:30 in the morning where he is at in Holland. And Vinny, tons and tons of fun to watch. He's sometimes a wild card, sometimes not. It just depends on how he's feeling. We'll see how he is feeling today. But regardless, he's going to be green Zerg down here in this bottom left-hand corner. A two-player map here, Belcher Beach. Got to love it, including the new tile set as well as the No Longer Gold expand out here in the center of the map. It is a full-fledged expand. I actually kind of like that a little bit better. And apparently that's what everybody's moving towards in tournament maps is those full expansions everywhere instead of little half expansions and stuff like that. They're tending to like full expansions around the board these days. But all in all, good stuff. We do have a fairly early scout here from Birdkickr. He says his Protoss is top notch. He will be doing his best in this best of 3 here, and there is a small cash prize available to the winner. But who is going to take it down? That is the big question here. Now, Birdkickr getting some scouting intel in. Doesn't see any pool, and looks like pool is about to go down here for Vinny. 14 pool it is. And Birdkickr just going to be patrolling here to block and expand. Got to love it. In the meantime, he does have his wall off going down. Pretty darn nice timing there. Gateway as well as his gas gone down in pretty good time, so a good standard open here from Birdkickr. Birdkickr, a teammate of everybody's favorite Niter, who has just recently joined Team CVG. That is Convergence. Those guys doing some pretty nice stuff there. Good chronos going down here for Birdkickr on his Nexus. Oh, and look at what you got here from Vinny. Vinny going to go ahead and take this extractor. We'll see how Birdkickr going to respond there. I've actually seen quite a few people that instead of going for a 4-gate, what they do is they toss down a forge and expand immediately. As soon as their opponent steals a gas, they say, I'm not going to deal with that. I'm going to go ahead and expand. And they toss down a forge, take an expansion, but he indeed is going to deal with this. He's going to be working on this extractor with a couple, probes as well as a Zealot. 3 probes. And down goes the guy, and there gas immediately there from Birdkickr. He absolutely wanted his gas for something, so that's why he dealt with it. Cybercore is going to be completing here momentarily. We'll see what he's going to get. Looks like he's probably going to tech behind this, I would assume. He went and grabbed that gas so very quickly. Maybe it's going to be a 3-gate robo, so maybe he doesn't need it right away. But regardless, looks like he is going to be building something with this guy. What's it going to be? Twilight Council. Oh, and scouted here from Vinny. Wow, good scouting there from Vinny. Is going to see the Twilight Council. Back here at Vinny's base, he is taking an expand. It is a little bit behind, but not by too much. He did grab some metabolic speed boost here and has not stalled a gas production here at all either. So he could go for some roaches here fairly quickly. Either that or banelings. We'll see what it's going to be. Evo chamber, huh? So he's going to be using his lings, grabbing some upgrades here. It appears that is going to be my guess moving forward here, but look at this. Birdkickr saying, you know what, he scouted it. Let's go ahead and cancel it. He tosses down 2 more gates and is going to play a little bit differently for just a bit. See if Vinny going to catch wind of that. Now he does have a Overlord back here at the back of his opponent's base. Camping over the high ground makes it more difficult to see, but he could poke in there momentarily just to check and see what's going on. Looks like the Cybercore going to be completed here momentarily as well. Chrono's going down there on that Warp Gate tech. Super good stuff. Vinny going to be working on some static defense here. It is going to be a Spore Crawler. He is afraid that his opponent is going to be going DTs. So Units tab going to reveal to us that Birdkickr indeed does have a slight economic advantage. Oh, what do we got here? Pylon did go down. Looks like it is going to get taken out by Vinny. Birdkickr taking the first big loss of the game. But nice that he did force those spore crawlers, so we'll see who he's going to transition here. But he did take his base in fairly decent time. Looks like it's going to finish here around the 8-minute mark. So all in all, not bad timing there. Still no new buildings, though. He's just going to be running off these 3 gates. Interesting play. He's got a good deal of sentries here. Going to be able to toss down those well-needed force fields. Looks like Vinny going to be cruising around his base, not content that nothing fishy going on in his base, so he's just going to check around. Notice that he does grab a Spire here, so going to be transitioning directly into Muta play, I assume. He's got +1 attack potentially. No. Well, what did he get from this? Nothing yet. No upgrades quite yet, but does have just Lings out on the field. Looks like these guys are just going to be maintaining map control. Notice he does have the center towers, both of them. And Birdkickr working on his economy here. Next is going to be completing. He's going to be grabbing ground weapons level 1. Needs to get some scouting in, I think, though. Got to get some scouting in for Birdkickr. Ling's going to be backing out here. Vinny not cruising up there for anything. But it looks like he is going to send out a hallucinated Phoenix here just to see what's going on. Cool. So Vinny tossing down a bunch of spine crawlers here. He doesn't quite know what to expect here, I think. But looks like Birdkickr going to be Corona boosting out his economy here. Units tab shows that he is starting to fall a little bit behind. Oh, funny. Third base going down here for Vinny, and pretty decent chime as well. And here comes an attack. It appears from Vinny. He's just got a couple links here, but he indeed is going to be pushing up here just to see what's going on. These guys not really going to do tons of damage. He sees what he sees and is going to back out there immediately. Now let's take a look at Birdkickr. He should be picking some new tech. Indeed it is. Going to be a robotics facility. He's going to grab an observer first. Probably going to start working on some immortals. We'll see if he's going to grab that Colossus tech as well. I would like to see that, I think, at this point. However, he does have to be careful because of the threat of mutas, which he really hasn't scouted quite yet. Oh, he does scout them now because they're in his base, taking out a couple units. How many kills did we get here? 2 on that guy, 0 on that guy, and 1 on that. So 3 kills there, not bad. But now Birdkickr going to have to split his army here to defend his 2 bases. Vinny going to be happily mining on 3 bases. He is going to be grabbing a macro hatch in his main, so he's going to be sticking with what appears to be Ling and Mutalisk. Nice. Nice play. Looks like the Muta's going to be cruising around here, trying to figure out where to go. And Birdkickr actually keeping his army together here is just trying to gauge where his opponent's Mutas are so that he is prepared for where to be as soon as he sees them show up. But wants to take his entire army. I don't blame him. It makes you feel a lot safer. But Vinny is going to be cruising back here to the back of this mineral line. Looks like he should be able to take down... Nope. He's going to back out. Going to back out. Got a bunch of Lings here just ready and waiting for his opponent to push out so he can go in for what I assume is a counter attack. But it has indeed been scouted by Birdkickr. So the transition is the question here for Birdkickr. What is he going to be doing to make this start to go in his favor here? Now he's got gateways going down here. He's going to be sticking with gateway units here, it appears. Does have his robotics facility, but still nothing out of it. Which I guess against Muta Ling, you don't really want Immortals. And quite frankly, you don't really want Colossus either. So here comes your Mutas yet again. Looks like Birdkickr should be in fairly decent position to deal. But he does pick up a couple kills there. A couple of those probes are indeed going down. As well as the Vespene Geyser. The Assimilator, I should say. Does go down. But Vinny cruising back there to the back. Looks like he is able to thwart that attack for just a bit. And Vinny should be ready to poke back in here just about any moment. Now Birdkickr going to go ahead and secure his 3rd. But Vinny strangely backing out with these lings. I would have liked to have seen him poke in there just to see what's going on. Birdkickr indeed is going to be taking down that expand. And Vinny is in good position to potentially deny that. But we're going to poke back in here yet again. Let's take out this gas. Going to potentially take out that photon cannon and a lot more probes. But probes going down there fairly quickly. Blink being utilized here to get these guys in position. Going to chase these suckers away. Mutas being extremely pesky right now. About a third of the way complete. Going to be putting down what appears to be a good bunch of photon cannons. Now Birdkickr is behind in the supply count, but check the units tab. Notice that a lot of that, in fact almost all of it, is probes, which is not, or harvesters, which is not necessarily a good thing, but at least he's got a fairly strong army. I guess that is the point that I'm trying to make, is that he should be defensively okay for just a little bit, but this is going to start to get out of hand here. And here comes your big attack. Looks like Vinny is going to take down this base, and there is not enough defense here to stop that. Good cancel going down there from Birdkickr. Does push these guys back, but still has got to retake this Nexus. It looks like Vinny going to be backing out here for just a moment, but he could... Oh, I don't know. No, he's just going to play defensively. But here comes Birdkickr. Looks like he's wanting to push this attack. He does have a very strong army here. A bunch of sentries. A whole bunch of stalkers here. Good number of zealots here as well. But he's going to require very good force fielding to deal with this. Blink being utilized here is going to get a couple snipes on those mutas. Good force fields going down. And he is going to go for a base trade situation. Right up the ramp he goes. Good force fields going down. Going to stall a lot of that defense here from Vinny, and Vinny going to be maxing, trying to remax here from the inside. He's got a couple infestors out on the field. One fungal goes down, but not quite enough at this point. We've got to see some more force fields. Oh, too many lings are now getting in here and going to get a surround on these units. Blink Micro going to be super effective here. He's absolutely got to have it, though. Birdkickr way behind in that supply count and is having a little bit of trouble here. Moving forward, Vinny going to be taking these guys down. That force does get cleaned out. Now has got a phenomenal army on the field here. It looks like he is going to go for a counter attack here in just a moment. I would assume that would be a smart idea. Birdkickr may only well want to, well, I don't know. I won't say it. But here comes Vinny. Looks like he's got plenty of forces. Should be able to poke in here and deny this expand here yet again. And that's exactly what he wants to do, is trying to bleed his opponent dry here. Going to take down this Nexus. Nope. Backs out to go ahead and engage these units. Fungal's going down on these poor stalkers. No longer able to blink away. And look at that. Mutas swooping in with their +1 attack to just take those suckers out. And there it is, GG from Birdkickr. So game 2 will be headed our way here momentarily. Will be Oh, it's my map choice. I took it away from everybody. But thank you guys so much for coming out. Don't Alt-Tab. Always Alt-StarCraft. We'll see you guys in game 2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live show match action coming at you. It's a best of 3. A little deal here. ViNNYLoL and CVG's Birdkickr. It's Convergence Gaming's Birdkickr. He is a phenomenal player. And he is off racing here. Vinny going to be our Zerg player here. And CVG... our orange Protoss. He is spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner. Top left is Vinny. He is spawning as green. Now, Birdkickr generally plays Zerg, so off-racing is Protoss here. Kind of interesting. He did lose game number 1, but is a phenomenal player, and if there's anybody I know who's got the skill to come back in a best of 3 quickly, it is definitely Birdkickr. That guy has got a great amount of skill. Notice he is going to be working on a standard wall off here, but the nice thing is on this very large map is that you do have a free expansion in the back of your main. Now I say free, but you do have to be able to defend it from air attacks, and it's a small ramp that goes down here to this position. So it's kind of interesting. It can be dangerous if not defended correctly. You got to be careful. You can't just say, oh, I don't even have to forge fast expand and just toss down a 15 Nexus or something like that. But regardless, it looks like Birdkickr going to be playing it relatively safe. Good standard opener here. And Vinny, in the meantime, doing essentially the same thing. We just don't quite know what his opener is yet. He's only at 14 supply. And there it is. It's going to be spawning pool, so 14 pool. Not a bad deal. And Bird Kicker got that gateway. Looks to be about 30% complete. Taking his gas here in great time. Sending out his scout. Did scout up to this top position first. Is now going to be scouting the correct direction. And we'll find his opponent there. Happily building spawning pools. Going to be injecting larvae shortly thereafter. He'll be getting that queen out for exactly that purpose. And Vinny going to be going down here, it appears, to take and expand. Nice. What can I say? Now, a cool thing I have seen on this map is you can toss down a pylon right here. No, it's very difficult to scout that. And then what you can do is put down a photon cannon right here on the low ground. Looks like Bird Kicker thinking that type of deal, but he doesn't have his forge out on the field quite yet. He didn't forge fast expand. He does grab his cyber core, so we'll see if he's going to do anything crazy like that. But so far, it appears that he's just going to scout that and back on out. But that is okay. Vinny, oh, excuse me. Vinny going to be getting his drone in position to do some scouting here, it appears. Up the ramp he goes. And off he goes to the mineral line just to see what's going on. Not much really going on in the base of Bird Kicker. But that's okay. That is to be expected this early in the game. He does get the snipe there. Nicely done. Zealot with 1 kill. He is going to go back to this ramp and start to block on hold position there. He needs to move forward just a little bit. I think the Lynx can get through right now. And here they come to test exactly that. We shall see if they are indeed able to get through. Vinny does have his hatchery completed here at his natural in the backside there. Going to be working on a queen at this position. Does already have a queen out here at the main. Going to be injecting larvae all the way. Got to love it. He is at 17 drones right now to 22 probes. Bird Kicker in pretty good economic position, but that is going to change with this double inject larva here for Vinny. He should be able to take an economic lead should he so desire to do so. Wow, looks like this Overlord is going to be cruising around the map still. Should eventually find his way over here to gather a little bit of intel, but quite frankly, it looks like these Lings should be able to get it themselves. Bird Kicker's defense here seem to be pretty good, especially for just 1 or 2 Lings cruising up that ramp. Couple gateways going to be turning into warp gates here. He does have that complete. It is 4 gates here. He's only on the 1 single gas. Units tab shows that he did stall probe production at 22. Did lose 1 now at 21 and is going to be cruising out across the map. Is he going to be taking a probe? Yes, he is. Expect forward pylons, but guess what? Nice thing for Vinny is he does have this forward tower. And, oh, look at that. Putting that pylon down outside of range there. Going to blind this tower here. Another Ling cruising out across the map just to see what's going on. Looks like these Lings going to try and intercept these forces. I don't know if that's going to go very well, to be honest. I think that Bird Kicker actually has got plenty of units here for defense. And that should be pretty nice. He is going to get some warp-ins. Nice warp-in timings, man. Knows exactly what to do moving forward here. Going to take out these Lings there fairly quickly. But Vinny really not trying to engage. He's just trying to buy himself time. He's trying to waste Bird Kicker's time as he moves up this ramp. He is afraid of this 4-gate push here. Knows that it is going to be potential disaster for him. Completing his Zergling speed, though, however, is going to be super effective. Bird Kicker keeping that ramp, is keeping a lot of the damage down, but still a lot of Lings out on the field here for Vinny. Vinny going to be in phenomenal shape, but now with the Zealots getting up in their face, that is going to change the equation there just a little bit. Good forward pylon there. Going to get some warp-ins here momentarily. Ling's going to try and get that surround on these Stalkers. Not quite going to happen. They're getting a surround, however, on the Zealots. The Zealots indeed do go down. And now Bird Kicker is saying, yikes, I might be a little bit overcommitted here. But indeed is going to have to continue pushing here, I think. I think he's just got to try and make it happen at this point. Looks like Vinny may be able to take this down with just great defense. He's got plenty of queens out, plenty of Lings to deal with these guys. Good kiting here, but may not quite be enough. And there it is, GG from Bird Kicker. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't alt tab, always alt StarCraft. We'll see you guys next time.